Today we're going to take a look at drill downs and how they work within Power BI. As you can see, they're super awesome for drilling into data, seeing data in different ways, and going to higher levels and lower levels and locking it in and going to maybe one category. So let's take a look here and see exactly how these drill down and hierarchies work within Power BI. Let's get started. So as you can see, we have two fields that need to be added to Access to build a drill hierarchy. On the right here, you can see that product is here. So let's just remove segment for a second. You can see that when we remove segment, the hierarchy disappears. Clearly, there's not a hierarchy there. But when we add segment back into it, and we can see what's at the top, it creates that hierarchy. It can also be below, create a hierarchy there. So we can see when we spread things out, we can go to different segments. We can click this button right here, click to turn on drill down, and drill down very quickly. These drill arrows above can be utilized and really help you break your data down very easily. And other platforms like Tableau, this can be very challenging to create. Very challenging. These drill down features are natively built into Power BI, which makes it such a great feature for us to be utilizing. So I can go to the government. I can say I want to just drill into the government. So I'll click here, and that's the lowest level. As we saw, the segment was the lowest level. But let's flip it this way to the higher level. And now we'll click it again, and you'll be able to drill down to then see the product that's in that segment. So that really gives us a really good look. We can turn this off. We can still click stuff. We can go to the higher level here. We can go to drill up feature with the arrow that points up and click that. We also have the ability to go to the next hierarchy. So we can just look at the next hierarchy. We don't have to necessarily. We can go back up. We can go drill down and drill down to mid-market, sees what's in the mid-market. And there's no lower level below mid-market, but it gives you kind of that idea of what's going on. So we can make another level, like we could put country above it. So we can go back here and say, which country do I want to look at? We go to the next level in the hierarchy, which is the enterprise. And then we can go to that next level, which was those product names. And then we can go back up. So that's how the interface works with the drill down hierarchies. And it's really intuitive. We also have the expand all down one level. So that expands it down one level. That's really the max. We can keep going there, but you really start losing the ability to kind of understand what's going on, even though it's kind of a nice feature. So really look at these. You also have the ability to right click it and show as a table, show next level, and do these different things. So I really recommend you look at these, but you can drill down this way, right click it, drill down further, or show next level. And that's just another way you can do this. So you don't have to necessarily, use those arrows at the top. You can drill down by using the other stuff. So you can use a combo approach, and that's super helpful. So expand to that next level. You got all that information there. So you may not want to have it set up that way, but it's definitely a way to just quickly, expand all down the list and see what's going on in different areas. So as you can see, it does a really good job of doing this. One thing you'll notice in Power BI, we can kind of look at it real quick, is dates create what's called a hierarchy also. So if I were to move this over and I find the date field, now time intelligence right here, we have some different time fields. So currently we don't have a date field ready, but just know that date fields also create those hierarchies within the system. So you can see things like dates, hours, minutes, that creates a natural hierarchy. And that's also something else that will create those auto create hierarchies when things are dragged across and across things and stuff like that. Right now we don't have a date field, so that ain't going to help you, but it is possible, and I think it's good to be aware of when it comes to date time intelligence. We can talk about that in another video, so make sure you stay tuned and subscribe there. So here we take a look at all this and we see all this information. I think this is just something to be good aware of, that you can naturally create these drill downs by creating stuff on the x-axis and being able to see stuff very quickly. So drill down, we get all that information for Mexico, and then we see, I want to see some small business stuff, and you can see those products in the small business. So just a very easy way to go differing levels, which would be very hard to view otherwise, and just get that data there and be able to view it and see what's going on in each area, whether it's the country, the segment, or the product. That's how drill downs work, guys.